Vomit yourself and then swallow again. Harry and Meghan were caught spreading nightmares to the royal family. Hello and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. The truth of the matter is, people need to be very careful about accepting this notion that the palace is churning out these stories to vilify certain members of the family and at the same time making others appear to be saints. They simply do not do anything like that. The royals have all had their turn at being the bad royal, with the media going after any negative bits they can possibly write about, especially when it comes to new members. I mean, let's look at the reality of the situation. Diana, Catherine, Camilla, Charles, they have all had some horribly mean and untrue stories written about them. But still, they held their tongues and they just carried on with their jobs as royals. The media is not coming up with false stories about Harry or William. Now, they do try to get to the bottom of things, unless it's one of Harry and Meghan's PR teams, of course, working to recreate their image, which doesn't accurately reflect who they really are. I mean, those stories about them being these philanthropists who sent a check for elephants in Africa for the Disney work that Meghan did was actually never paid. They gave a few bags of chips at Uvalde where very young kids were killed while they were just going to school. And I'm sorry, but that is not even a drop in the bucket. And Harry has his own PR teams working double time trying to improve his image. But apparently Prince William is finished talking to his brother because his brother is guilty of leaking private information that really violated Prince William's privacy. The only way any members of the royal family are going to speak to Harry now is through attorneys. I mean, how could Prince William ever trust that anything he says to Harry would not be written about or spewed or twisted in some kind of interview? Harry does not even believe in absolute truth. He already told us that. He now claims that whatever he thinks at the moment is true. It's his truth. Apparently, Harry doesn't care if his perception of things and his memories are absolutely wrong. All he cares about is his truth. I mean, how could a brother speak to or enjoy a relationship with a brother when they're a drug abuser and they sound crazier and crazier by the day? Harry's now going after William's kids and saying that he's trying to help the kids out because one of them is going to end up being just like him because they are the spare. Harry is trying to get a response by picking on the very people he knows that his brother will protect. I don't think there is any relationship right now whatsoever between the two brothers. Harry already burned all of those bridges to a crisp. There's no way back for him. He's an idiot, and he basically married a high-paid escort who leads him around by the you-know-what. If you want to know exactly what I'm talking about, you can read Harry's book because he talks about that body part a lot. TMI. And Harry has said that he would spill the beans and then he would make up with his family. And now he's telling the whole world that the royals need to apologize to Meghan first. For most of his life, Prince William deeply loved his younger brother, and this turn of events I know hurts him a lot. But William's married, and he's a father to 3 children who are very much real and very much living, and he's going to do anything to keep them safe. And if that means that he has to cut off contact with his younger brother, then so be it. And it's not only William who's had to resort to these measures. The entire family has been very quiet during Harry's bizarre public meltdowns. Harry's not making any sense anymore. It's scary stuff. He has forgotten history altogether. He's forgotten his own history, and from the looks of things, he really is a danger to himself. There is something seriously wrong with his mental state right now. He also keeps on threatening his father and the people of the UK with overexposure, and I'm not even rioting about his member. Although it would be nice to not have to imagine what Harry's penis looks like, and how he was thinking of his mother while he was rubbing her brand of cream on his you-know-what. Harry is seriously disturbed. He needs real help, and he needs to be inpatient somewhere where Meghan cannot gaslight him anymore. William's finished with him, and I don't blame him for that. But Harry is far from finished, I'm afraid. He wants this, he wants that, but he's not going to get any of it. William loves Catherine. Now, Harry claimed that William married for a royal fit instead of for love. And anyway, William lives for his kids, so he has made his choice, and it does not include Harry. It's sad, but William is going to manage. But the bigger question is, will Harry be able to manage? It looks like the time has come when Prince William's decision is to protect who and what is most important to him. And you know what? Harry's not it. Now, as much as I have respected both the Prince and Princess of Wales for quite a long time, the way they have dealt with all of this with such dignity and grace has been amazing considering the vicious and nasty behavior that's come their way. Both William and Catherine, by holding their heads high and just getting on with things, show how classy they are on pretty much a daily basis. Meghan and Harry, though, have managed to alienate an entire country without the assistance of the media. We all heard it. We all saw the comments that were made in that Oprah interview. Only William and Harry are going to really know why their relationship has hit rock bottom, especially because at one point in time they were best of friends. And I don't think that Harry and the witch are finished yet, as the UK and the US seems to eat up all of this scandal. The younger generation in the UK has a strong antipathy towards the monarchy, and I worry about what that's going to be like going forward. It seems like celebrity often prevails over the truth and reasonable assessments of the same. It's important for us to recognize that damage has been done by the gruesome twosome. Now, the question of how the royal family is going to recover is still an open question. Back in the beginning, when Meghan first entered Harry's life when they started dating, William gave him some very good advice. He told Harry that he needed to take his time to have a long engagement. He had only known Meghan for 6 months when they got engaged, and he had dated other women for a lot longer period. Now, William also had to stand up for his staff because Meghan was very rude to one of Catherine's staff. And then, when William pointed out to his brother that they didn't speak to staff like that, Harry stood up for Meghan. And then at the wedding, apparently there was another disagreement. Royal bridesmaids traditionally wear tights, and little girls always wear tights because you don't want anybody to see their panties in case the wind blows really hard and their skirt or dress blows up. Or, they're little girls. Maybe they'll be playing or something. It's the decent thing to do for them to wear tights. And it would be so inappropriate for anybody to get a photo of a royal bridesmaid inadvertently showing her underwear. But apparently Meghan doesn't like tights, so she did not want them to wear tights. Now, Catherine is a stickler for the rules, and she wanted her daughter and the other little girls to wear tights. And it seems like there were several small fights of that nature between Meghan, the royal staff, and William and Catherine. So when Harry announced that he was walking away from his royal duties as a senior royal, they made that announcement without informing the palace first, which was not only insensitive, but also very rude, and it was so disrespectful to his grandmother, the late queen, as well as his father, and his brother too. My suspicion is that William has lost patience with his younger brother because Harry simply will not listen to anybody except Meghan. And I think the family deeply loves and cares for him, and especially his father and grandmother. But Harry's an adult now, and he has made his choices. Now, they're always going to be there for him, especially if his marriage breaks down, which I'm thinking it will. See, I have always thought their marriage has a maximum expiration date of around 5 years, and Meghan's going to end up leaving Harry, and she's going to blame all of that on the royal family. But the ring sure will not be returned this time around because they are way too valuable. She's not going to put those in an envelope. Meghan has used and abused everybody in her life, and this is going to be her downfall. At least I hope so. And it looks like Harry is too dim to see what is right in front of him. So let's just wait for the headlines. Harry and Meghan have separated if it's not already happening. And Harry's going to be left with nobody in his corner at all. Harry really is sick in the head. He's a danger to himself as well as people around him. He and Meghan should really be taken into protective custody by British security services. And his children, if they even exist, should be put into the care of the royal family. And if either Harry or Meghan put up a fight, then they should be investigated for treason, and that should be conducted by security services under the auspices of the Parliament. The King shouldn't have any say-so in the matter whatsoever. Security and Parliament would be acting on this as a matter of national security. And do you agree with the views in my video? Please continue to discuss them with us below in the comments section, and everyone else can also discuss Meghan and Harry. Don't forget to click the subscribe button below to support Kate Middleton and the Queen News team more and more. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.